Hello and welcome to the Morning Signal Preparedness Brief for January 26th, 2026. Here's what's developing, why it matters, and what you can do to stay ready. Like and subscribe to support the channel. Historic U.S. winter storm, deep freeze, snow, ice, and infrastructure strain. A colossal winter storm system continues to impact the United States from Texas to New England, bringing snow, sleet, freezing rain, and dangerously low temperatures. Widespread power outages, travel paralysis, and fatalities have been reported. Over 1 million customers without power in Tennessee, Mississippi, Louisiana, and beyond. Major flight disruptions with tens of thousands of cancellations and delays. At least 13 confirmed deaths across multiple states from hypothermia, accidents, and weather-related events. Arctic cold persists behind the storm with sub-zero temperatures and black ice threats. Why this matters. Ice, wind, and deep freeze strains power grids, blocks roads, diminishes emergency response capacity, and complicates logistics in multiple regions simultaneously. What to watch for: utility outage tracking and restoration forecasts, airport and major freight cancellations, and local emergency declarations and travel bans. Actions to do today. Continue to monitor the situation, monitor your fuel, safe heat plans, and your power supplies. Avoid unnecessary travel. Identify at least 2 alternate routes if you do have to travel. Continue monitoring your levels of food, water, and medications, and keep watching those pipes from freezing. Also, continue with your communications drills with your groups, family, and neighbors. Moving to U.S. domestic security, nationwide anti-ICE protests. Anti-ICE protests are ongoing across multiple U.S. cities following the fatal shooting of Minnesota resident Alex Preddy by federal agents and the earlier death of Renee Good. Demonstrations began in Minneapolis and spread to San Francisco, Los Angeles, New York, Boston, Portland, and beyond. A coordinated general strike in Minnesota on January 23rd saw tens of thousands of participants and business closures in solidarity. Protests continue without centralized leadership, but with widespread participation, demanding accountability and federal policy change. Why this matters. Sustained civic unrest, even when localized, can disrupt traffic, transit, and public safety services, especially when winter storm impacts amplify resource strain. In addition, there was an incident at one of the local hotels in Minneapolis, so this can further complicate travel situations. What to watch for. Any expansion of protest zones to other urban cores, such as that hotel that I just mentioned, local curfews, transit halts, or deployment of additional law enforcement resources. Actions today. Avoid known protest areas during peak gatherings. Keep vehicles fueled and plan alternate travel routes. Moving to Iran with the ongoing nationwide internet blackout and information control. Iran's nationwide internet blackout, imposed on January 8th, remains in effect as a state approach to suppress mass protests tied to broader anti-government sentiment and violent crackdowns. Civilian communication access is extremely limited, and the regime is reported to be enforcing tiered access or whitelisting internal services while blocking most global connectivity. Why this matters: a prolonged nationwide outage during widespread protest activity is a strong regime instability indicator, and information control tactic that affects regional geopolitics and refugees and aid flows. Watch for any partial restoration or tightening of regional controls. Official emergency decrees, internet policy shifts, or sanction responses. Actions. Rely on trusted international outlets for verified reposting. Use multiple independent sources to cross-check major updates. Market stress indicators, Bitcoin, gold, and silver. Current price behavior reflects elevated risk aversion among global investors. Gold surged above $5,000 per ounce for the first time ever, reaching record highs amid geopolitical and fiscal concerns. Silver is trading near $109.94 per ounce, also marking historic strength. Bitcoin has been hovering around 88,250 to 89,000, rebounding off lows but still relatively weak compared to precious metal performance. What to watch for: continued extensions in precious metal highs, and Bitcoin failing to reclaim major support levels. Actions. Avoid speculative trading based on short-term volatility. Use trusted sources for price feeds and confirm before acting. This is not financial advice. Phase change signals: severe U.S. weather storm with multi-state outages, expanded anti-ICE protests against major U.S. cities, Iran's prolonged nationwide internet blackout, and market risk signals. Daily actionables for today. Weather and power. Secure heat, lights, backup charging stations. Prepare for extended outages. Mobility safety. Avoid unsafe roads. Plan alternate routes. Limit non essential travel. Local unrest awareness. Stay clear of large protest zones and do not engage. Market tracking discipline. Follow for risk sentiment, but avoid knee jerk trading. Cyber and info security. Use multi factor authentication. Keep offline backups of essentials. And reliable information sources. Verify with Reuters, AP, NWS, CISA before amplifying stories. Bottom line, today's biggest signals point to multi-domain stress, severe weather, domestic unrest, and ongoing regime security postures, and risk-off behavior in markets. Preparedness today is about redundancy, caution, and situational awareness. Stay aware, stay ready. This has been the Morning Signal.